Child support, like custody, can be divided into two different concepts. A parent who is obligated to pay child support is first required to pay what is known as basic child support. Second, an obligor parent is required to pay that parent's pro rata share of what is commonly referred to as add-on expenses for the child. The basic child support obligation is based on a statutory calculation, which must be applied to parental income to determine the presumptive basic child support obligation. I will provide you with a simplified form of the exact calculation to assist in a general understanding of the basic child support obligation. So please discuss this with your attorney to determine the exact calculation in your specific case. The first step is to determine your gross income as it is defined in the New York State Child Support Standards Act. This definition of income is fairly inclusive and broad, which is easy to determine for W-2 or 1099 income, but can be a source of contention in other cases. The statute provides that the courts presumptively apply the formula for income up to a set amount of income that periodically changes over time. Above that set amount, the courts will have the discretion to apply a number of factors to any income above the set amount and require the obligor parent to pay child support beyond the set amount. The second step is to take gross income and make the appropriate adjustments to the gross income to determine the adjusted gross income, which will then be used to calculate the basic child support obligation. You should know that this is not the same as the adjustment to income that is done when filing your taxes. The adjustment to gross income for the calculation of child support is done by taking your gross income and deducting the amount paid for local taxes and FICA and other deductions cited in the statute. The third step is to apply the appropriate percentage based on the number of children for whom the child support will be provided. So for instance, if you have one child, you would multiply the adjusted gross income amount by 17%. For 2 children, the percentage is 25% of the adjusted gross income, and so on. The actual calculation also requires a determination of the pro rata share of income between the parents and for the basic child support obligation to be based on the obligor's pro rata share of the total parental income. By the way, pro rata share is just a fancy way of saying what percentage of the total combined income each parent earns. For example, if one parent earns $75,000 annually and the other parent earns $25,000 annually, the pro rata share is 75 to 25. As I previously stated, the second portion of child support obligation is the add-on expenses, which is a child support obligation that is in addition to the basic child support obligation. This is the parent's obligation to provide for the unreimbursed medical expenses, the child care expenses, and commonly can include other expenses such as extracurricular activities. The parent's obligation for add-on expenses is usually determined as the pro rata share for each parent's income. There are many nuanced concerns that relate to add-on expenses that are beyond the scope of this general informational video. That being said, if you are the obligor parent, there are circumstances where the add-on expenses can be significant. And if you're in that situation, you should be mindful of the total child support obligation and discuss these issues with your attorney. I hope this general overview is helpful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.